Hi everybody, welcome to the Actors Academy. Today we're going to be talking about how to become an actor and start acting without any experience. So this is going to be from a standpoint of the complete beginning. If you've started a little bit and you've kind of built an interest for this, then video number 2 is going to help you more. This is going to be a 3-step process. So we're going to have 3 videos just delving into this. So the second one might be more helpful for you if you've kind of been in this or trying it out for a little while. So for this video, we're going to specifically be having 3 points that we're going to be getting into. Now, when it comes to acting, on paper, on screen, it looks like an amazing thing. What we don't realize is that we are subconsciously always around actors to some degree. Maybe they're not right next to us, but they're on our TVs. So the way that we're exposed to actors are things for, like, say, commercials. Anytime you go and you watch YouTube and an ad comes up, there are actors who are hired to be in those commercials. Or sometimes it's going to either be in cartoons, or maybe it's TV shows, or it's other commercials on TV, or it's a movie. We're constantly being exposed to actors. Not only are we being exposed to actors, but we're also being exposed to the type of lifestyle that they have. So they have the big cars, they have the big houses, they have everything that maybe you want. So when we look at it, this is something that we see and we think, wow, this is really cool. Usually when people get into acting, it's more so for the materialistic value. Some actors don't want to admit that at first, but that is a big reason that a lot of people get into acting, because they want that fame, the accolations. They want what comes with being a famous actor, and not everybody can always get there. But the first thing that you have to do is test it out. Because you can't just say, okay, I saw this great movie, doesn't matter, it could be the Marvel movies. Like, wow, it's so cool, they get to play these characters, they're superheroes, they're super famous, they walk down the street, everybody knows them, they have the best cars, the best house, they have all these different things. But you have to test it out first before you just say, I want to become an actor. So this is kind of like watching Gordon Ramsay. You might watch Gordon Ramsay and think, wow, Gordon Ramsay, he's a great chef. He can make all these great dishes. Wow, he has a great lifestyle. All he has to do is make food. This is what I want to do. The only problem is it's basically like watching Gordon Ramsay on Sunday. Then Monday comes along, and then you say, okay, I'm going to go and be a chef. That's what I'm going to do. So before you put yourself in the kitchen with all the stress of trying to make food for other people, not working on your time frame, but other people's time frames, it makes it a little bit trickier. So your job has to be to go and test this out first. Maybe try making a dish at home before you decide to go and apply to different restaurants. That's like the equivalent of actors. Actors just waking up on Monday saying, okay, I want to go and be in a movie. Well, how do you know you want to be in a movie? You don't really know what it's like to be on set, to deal with stress, to have to memorize a bunch of lines, to have to go through the whole audition process of auditioning for 50, 70, 100 projects and possibly not even booking any of those. This is a tricky business, and you have to practice and test it out first. At least get your feet wet into it a little bit. Maybe you go and you start taking acting classes. Maybe you go and you try to do little local auditions around you before you start and say, okay, I'm going to move out to LA next month. The same applies if people want to go and get agents. They say, okay, I want to be an actor, I have to go and get an agent. So then they start going and scouring for different agencies. First, test it out. Just go to a one-night event where maybe there's a little bit of a theater group and you can go and you can pretend and you can act. Maybe you go to an improv night. Maybe you join a theater club. Try it out a little bit at least before you just say, okay, I want to go and become an actor. There's so many people who come up and they tell me, oh, I just want to go and be in a Marvel movie. I'm like, have you ever acted before? Well, they say no. Have you ever tried it before? They say no. You have to at least take 2 steps in. This journey of becoming an actor is going to be a really big learning process for anyone who wants to get into this field. But even though it's going to be a learning process, you have to take some steps to trying it out. Because if you don't, you're going to be one of those actors who just jumps head in. Maybe you're at it for a year, maybe 2 years, and then you quit because you realize, oh, you weren't really cut out to try and be in this industry. You have to be able to deal with rejection. You have to be able to go to a bunch of auditions and not book any of them. You have to know, can you act? Can you not act? Do you have to do a lot of training? Do you only need a little bit of training? Are you able to move out to LA yet or not yet? Is this something you want to devote your life to for something that maybe could never happen? Or is it maybe not something you want to do? Would you be fine being in local theaters and not being in movies? You have to test this out. You have to try it at least a little bit. Point number 2, you have to work on your social circles. So you have to work on the people who are around you. This is going to be really, though, for any field that you ever try and get into. If you can get people to be around you who are hard workers, who are dedicated, who have a good head on their shoulder, it will help push you farther in any career path that you decide to go down. There's been scientific studies on this before that say It's about pretty much the 7 closest friends that you have. That's who you're most like. So if you're around 7 people and they are people who really don't do the right things, who really don't go down the right path in their life, you're probably pretty darn similar to them compared to if you're friends with people and there's 7 people who are closest to you are hard workers, they're dedicated, they're motivated. You will probably also be those things or have some of those qualities. Because when you hang out around those people, it helps you. It helps you become better. It helps you to want to achieve more. If you're around people who are determined, who have goals, you're going to be determined and have more goals compared to people who don't have that. You notice this and you see it all the time through school. If you've ever been in school, you see all the people, all the lazy people hang out together. All the dedicated, hardworking people hang out together. When you hang out with those dedicated people, you want to do more because they want to do more. They say, hey, let's have a study group. Hey, let's learn this. Hey, let's watch this. Hey, let's watch this documentary. Let's learn this. They're dedicated and motivated. When you hang out with other people who just say, oh, I don't want to go to class. Oh, this homework sucks. I don't want to do this homework. I don't want to learn it. You, in turn, don't want to learn it compared to if you're with people who say, hey, this is okay. Let's try it out. Let's learn it. You have to be around people who are dedicated. Now, this applies if you're wanting to become an actor in this beginning process. If you have no experience at all, start trying to put yourself in circles with other actors. Now, you don't have to force yourself into these circles. You don't have to go and hang out with any actor there is. Still, you want to have good qualities in actors because there are actors who have bad quality traits also. This isn't something that you'll be able to get in 1 week. But in time, as you're starting to meet people, as you're starting to meet other actors, if you find actors who are good, they're good quality actors, they're working hard, they're dedicating themselves to learning more, they're booking parts, they're doing well, try to get yourself in those circles. Don't force yourself in those circles and being fake and saying, oh, I just want to hang out with you guys because you're doing well. No, you genuinely want to hang out with them, but you can choose who you want to hang out with. That's just people in your everyday life. It doesn't matter how much success that they have. You get to choose whether or not you want to hang out with people who are more successful or less successful, people who make the right choices or who don't make the right choices. You get to decide that because it's your life and you decide who you want to hang out with. So if you can hang out with other people who are good actors, they're dedicating themselves to the work, naturally you're going to dedicate yourself more to the work. Naturally you're going to become a better actor because you're going to be around them and you're going to see, wow, they're doing well. You're gradually going to pick up traits that they have. Maybe there will be a time when they say, hey, my agent, they're looking for a new client. They were describing someone, and you'd be perfect for it. Come and meet them. And maybe vice versa will happen for them. Maybe you'll be on some part, you'll be booked, and then they're auditioning, they're trying to get booked, and they just haven't got that shot yet. Maybe you can help them out and say, hey, you know what? I just got booked for this project. Come on, join me on it. I can help you get on it. I can introduce you to the casting directors. It's a community where you're helping each other. Tip number 3. So this skill is going to be very important, and not a lot of people talk about this, especially when you go to acting classes. A lot of people focus trying to do their way of acting, their process, their approach, but they don't talk to you on a human level. So even if you want to be an actor, and you're good at acting, and you want it, if you can't communicate with people, it's going to be very hard for you to ever book your jobs, book a role. Because you have to communicate with so many people within this industry. You have to communicate with first agents. That's pretty much going to be one of the first things that you start to get when you start really getting some footing in this industry. You're going to want to get an agent at some point. Maybe it's not in the beginning, but at some point you're going to want to get an agent. When you get an agent, you're going to have to talk with them. You're going to have to communicate with them when you get that meeting. If you screw up that meeting, they're not going to want you on their client list. You have to know how to interview, how to talk with people, how to just be genuine. That's what they all want. They all just want someone who's genuine. They don't want someone who's trying to impress them or showing them all the different roles that they've done. They just want somebody who is genuine, somebody who's real. So when they're talking to them, they don't think, wow, this person's really trying to impress me. They think, wow, this person's kind of cool. I'd like to have them on my client list. After the agents, you're going to have to also communicate with casting directors. You're going to have to be able to talk with them because if you get callbacks, they might want to know a little bit more about you. They might want to have interactions with you, talk with you, know more of who you are. Are you a right fit for this project? Do you work hard? What have you done before? They want to know more about you. You're also going to be communicating with directors. You're also going to have to communicate with other actors. So you have to build those communication skills. Just being a great actor, hey, that's great, that's fun, but you also need the communication skills. You can't be an actor and have great communication skills and really, really bad acting. You could have decent acting and have great communication skills, and you could do well. But if you have great acting skills and your communication skills are horrible, it's very hard to be an actor. But you want to have both. your goal should be to always put your best foot forward. So you want to have great acting, and you also want to have good people skills. Because our job is to give ourselves the best luck possible. In this industry, I've mentioned it in quite a few other videos before, it does require luck. You could be a great actor and just not get lucky. That is possible. But your job to have the best chance possible to increase your luck to the highest degree is to go in and do work and do everything right. Go in there, have a good audition, have good people skills. You know, if you walk in there to one audition and you go and the scene sucks, and then you walk out, you do a terrible job, or you go in that same audition, but you do great. Well, hey, you may not get it either way, but at least if you do great, you have a better chance. Maybe the casting director will remember you and say, you know what, this actor, they had a great audition, not right for this part, let's call him in for something else. That's possible. It happens a lot in this industry. So you want to put your best foot forward all the time. You want to do the best work possible that you can bring forth. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can be up to date with everything. You get all the acting knowledge that you need, everything that comes out, all the practical information. There's a lot of, hearsay and, fumbly information that people like to give when it comes to acting. You need all the stuff that's going to work for you. Just if you're a great actor and you don't have great people skills, it's going to be very hard to succeed in this industry. So there's just a lot of logical points that people just leave out, that people don't talk to you about. So hope this all makes sense. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be up to date with everything. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you. I'm going to leave down in the description below and also in the comment section the 10-hour acting masterclass if you're interested in that. It takes 2 minutes to sign up. If you're interested, it'll be down there. Also, I wanted to say congratulations to all the people who have been doing well. Every week I always get people who are messaging me or emailing me telling me about the successes that they've been having. I had some people who messaged about Netflix they've booked lately. I've had a few Netflix ones actually. I've had some feature films that people have been getting. Some of them are commercials. So anyways, congratulations to all of you and the success that you guys have all been having. And it warms my heart to know that you guys are all doing so well. So anyways, thank you. Have a great day and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.